Welcome to the Daily Mastermind, guys. I'm Paul Baxter with Mortgage Mastermind Group, and we are here on today is an open discussion Daily Mastermind session. We typically do that on Mondays. All questions are fair game on the Daily Mastermind open discussion sessions. Any topic, any subject, no matter what it is that you're working on, you had a good call, you'd like to brag about it, tell us. You had a bad call, like to get some information on how it could be better next time, tell us. Anything you're working on, video marketing, email marketing, whatever it is that you're working on, feel free to post that question. We are here to answer them for you. Peggy's got the first question in the box, so that being said, let's go ahead and get this party started. Peggy's question is about Facebook postings. This goes back to what we discussed on Wednesday and Thursday of last week, putting together a defined Facebook marketing strategy. Instead of just going at it willy-nilly, shooting from the hip, so to speak, we talked about having a defined Facebook strategy. So Peggy's question is, Facebook postings, post as me, my personal profile, or as one of my fan pages. Friday's class was totally awesome. How on earth do you find that stuff? that's my inside secret, Peggy. If I told you guys where I found all that stuff, you wouldn't need me anymore. That's probably not true, because you'd still probably you still need me to help you out, help you discern what's being said and be able to put it into practical use in your businesses. First part of your question is post as me or as my fan pages. My answer to that, Peggy, is both. My answer to that, Peggy, is both. So if you're going about doing your daily 10, which if you missed it, the daily 10 is your 10 comments, 10 comments, likes, or shares. In any combination that you want. Maybe you do 5 comments, 2 shares, and 3 likes. However you want to do it, it's entirely up to you. But you're going to do that as both. Remember, there are a couple of different strategies that all filter into your Facebook marketing strategy. The first of which is doing things on a personal level. Your past clients, your current referral partners, your current C, B, and C referral partners, those are ones that you're going to engage on a very personal level. Those are ones that you've got them on a friends list. You've created a list to be able to just see the activity of those people, and you're communicating or you're engaging with them on a personal level. Okay? When it comes to the posting for greatness strategy, which is on Mondays you're going to post something motivational, Tuesdays you're going to post something funny, Wednesdays you're going to do some sort of an industry update, Thursdays you're going to create an engagement post, and on Fridays you're going to do, golly, why am I drawing a blank? What was Friday again? Friday you're going to do testimonials or superhero stories or success stories, so to speak. Those are posts that you make on your business page and on your private page. So it's both. What time of day is best for those posts? So when we talked about it on Thursday, I told you I firmly believe, and there are a lot of gurus out there who say the same thing, in terms of Facebook and business, an hour a day is what you need to plan on investing in a social media strategy or a Facebook strategy, an hour a day. What I recommend is you take that 30 minutes, you split it up into 2 30-minute chunks. The first 30-minute chunk is a morning time chunk, and that morning time chunk is for you to do your posting for success, your posting for greatness, and your daily 10. That's what you do in the morning time, is you make your post, whatever your daily post is, and you do your 10 engagements, like, share, comment, in the morning. And then in the afternoon time chunk, you follow up on the engagements that occurred from your morning's activity. That's what I think are going to be the best times for you to be able to post and share. Get in the habit. And again, what we're looking to do with a Facebook marketing strategy is actually turn it into a strategy that we're focused on specifically making it work for us, as opposed to just willy-nilly, you know, getting a like here and a share on that and comment on this person's willy-nilly kind of style. We're putting a format to it. We're putting structure. That's the word I was looking for this whole time. We're putting structure to a Facebook marketing strategy. The structure is doing the daily 10. The structure is knowing exactly what you're going to post Monday through Friday with your posting for greatness. The structure is knowing that 9:30 to 10 o'clock every morning you're doing your daily 10 and you're posting for greatness, and then from 3:30 to 4 every afternoon you're responding to any engagement that those posts or comments or likes or shares created from earlier in the day. Maybe doing some new friending if you've got some extra time during it. But the way that I look at putting structure to a Facebook marketing strategy is you want to structure who you're looking at, structure how you're engaging with them, structure what you're posting, how you're posting it, all that good stuff, so that there is a defined pattern to what you're doing, and it's more of a strategy now than just part of what you'd like to be doing in your business, right? We always need you to dumb it down. I don't think that just taking all the techie speak and putting it into normal human being language is a big part of what I do, Peggy, and I'm glad to provide that service for you. Taking that techie speak and breaking it down into human being language, that's what I'm good at. So we post the same item on our personal and business page in the morning. No, don't. I wouldn't post the same item on your personal and your business page. I'd maybe rotate it. And so here's the way I would structure it is I would do my posting for greatness. Like on Monday, I would do my motivational post. I'd do that on my personal page, and then I would share that to my business page, or basically share that to my business page. And then like Tuesday, same thing with the funny. I would probably do the funny post on my business page and then share that to my personal page so that I still got my personal friends to be able to see that. And then Wednesday, same thing, since it's industry update, I definitely post that on my business page, but then I would share that to my personal page so that I still got those people that I was communicating and engaging with on a personal level to see it. Remember this, the things that you post and do on your business page do not get the viral effect or the same kind of effect that happens when you post things on a personal level. I'll give you a tremendous for example here. I'll take our own business page, for example, Mortgage Mastermind Group. So if you look at this post right here, this is just a post, and it's generated, oh, not that one, this one, has generated 10,656 people have been reached by this post. 452 likes on this post, which is more than even we get on our regular, our likes. But then you take a post that I didn't do an advertisement for, a regular post on a business page, even though my business page has tremendous engagement going on currently. And no one can deny that there's not tremendous engagement going on this page. I mean, a tremendous amount of engagement going on this page. When I do a post like the most recent one on Friday, or Thursday, excuse me, that was not an advertisement, even though there's a tremendous amount of engagement, a vast majority, I mean, these people, 452 people have liked it, which means people are engaging with the page. Even though that's the case, notice that this post, since I didn't advertise it, only was seen by 30 people. I have 435 likes on my business page or on our fan page, but only 30 people saw this post because it's a fan page. I've got some engagement, but this post, it got a little bit of engagement, but not a lot, and so it's not seen as easily. Now, I guarantee you, if I share this post over to my personal page, that number of people reached would jump up to the 200s very, very quickly because I'm sharing it to my personal page, which has a lot more engagement. Facebook will show that more frequently in news feeds because of the amount of engagement that I have with my friends and people that I am, constantly engaging with on Facebook. Does that make sense, Peggy? Does that? I know I kind of went around the elbow to answer that question, but I think it's more than just a yes or no or a one or the other answer, because it's important to understand all the concepts behind it. Facebook was clear. I think they came out with a research 2 years ago that was the first indicator that they were using a mathematical formula to determine what gets seen in your news feed. They call theirs edge rank. Has anybody ever heard of that? Facebook's algorithm called edge rank. Are you guys familiar with that? I know I've talked about it some in the past. I haven't talked about it at all recently. So for those that maybe aren't as familiar, what edge rank is Facebook's algorithm. And what they do is each type of post has a number associated with it. Each engagement type has a number associated with it. So a post with simple text, it gives you X number for the formula. And then if you add a picture to that post, it gives you X number. And then if you add a link to that post, it gives you X number. And then if you add a video to that post, it gives you X number. And then if somebody likes it, it gets another addition in the number. If somebody comments on it, it gets another addition. If somebody likes a comment on it, there's another addition. And it just filters down from there. As you can see clearly, what it does is every activity, every type of post and every activity type on Facebook has a number associated with it. That's what determines what gets shown to each individual's news feed. And even if Peggy and I had the exact same friends, we engaged on the exact same things on Facebook for a week, we would see a very different news feed, even though we had the same friends. We liked the same pages. And every person's algorithm is ongoing and constantly changing. And so your news feed is always trying to show you the best information about what you care about, the people who you are engaged with, and all of the above. And so when you see something in your news feed, it's because Facebook believes that you're interested in that story. Even though you may like my fan page, or people may like my fan page, Facebook may not see that that particular post or new part is newsfeed worthy based on its number of engagements. And so it's important to know that you definitely want to use your business page, because that's where you get to talk about business. That's where you get your awesome about me section. That's where you can use the applications section on Facebook to generate squeezes and things. You have to be active on your business page. But if you're making your posting for greatness, the big thing for you to do, and the ninja secret that not people, the big gurus out there aren't going to tell you, is post things to your business page, then turn around and share them on a personal level to increase that algorithm, that edge rank number, and generate more engagement. Get your friends to engage with it and get that algorithm to keep going up, because as it does, the more exposure your posts are going to get. Right? Makes sense. I mean, it's an algorithm, and so you've got to play the numbers. In case you did not know, a post with an image is said to get 120% more engagement than a post without a picture. So Maureen's post is not going to get as much engagement as Terry's post is, because Terry's post has a picture in it. And that's statistics coming straight out of Facebook. There's no rhyme or reason. There's no debating that. That's statistical click-through rates and engagement rates that they track every single thing. Is there anybody on the call that is a 60 Minutes watcher? Is there anybody that watches 60 Minutes on the call with me? I'm going to take that as a no. I do, but not on every week basis. So last night's 60 Minutes, I think it was a rerun because one of the four stories I had seen before, but there was one of the stories that I had not seen before, and it was talking specifically about information that is readily available and how marketers on the internet are utilizing and selling information, and what all happens when somebody does certain things, and how many websites are actually collecting your information when you're on a site looking to give basic information, and what's being done with it. Guys, I gotta tell you, what Facebook and Google are doing in terms of the ad space and what is the term that they used for it? Where you can take not just demographic analyzing, but where you can take, I guess it is demographic analyzing. What they do is they take all these small chunks of information and they put them into a formula that they can literally predict our buying cycles. They can predict our buying habits. They can determine, in most cases, when we're in the market to buy. And the thing that they were talking about last night was that it's really, really prevalent, or really great information for the real estate industry. They were saying that by far the business that has benefited the most from all of these tracking cookies and pixels that every site seems to have for, predicting for, they're checking everything like what button we're clicking on. If they put a numbers 1, 2, and 3, they're tracking whether or not we click on the 1 more frequently than we click on the 3, and why are we clicking on the 1 more than the 3. They're tracking every single mouse click that you've got. Across, Facebook is tracking this information. Not just you think that your information you put on Facebook is where they're getting it. It really is a small percentage of where Facebook is getting their tracking information or their advertising demographic information. It was showing last night on this that Facebook and Google are two of the biggest in it. But websites like CNN, what they do, they allow for third-party websites, and it's all in the user agreement sections of every website. It's buried 3 or 4 pages back. They showed that part too. But people like Facebook and Google, and I'm going to mention Facebook just because that's what we're talking about and that's what we're in right now, they allow for them to put these tracking pixels on their websites, like CNN does it, Fox News. It said like 98% of websites allow this by default, and it allows these external companies like Facebook and Google to place a cookie on the website itself that you're surfing that allows them to track every single mouse click, every story that you're interested in reading. If you click a link from a story, it's tracking that. If you're clicking on an advertisement, or you pause on an advertisement, a pop-up advertisement, if you pause on it before clicking the X, they're tracking how long you actually allowed the advertisement to stay popped up on the screen before closing it. If you took the offer, they're tracking everything. And Facebook and Google are doing this on, across the web. You probably can't, unless you're going to an independent website, an independent person's website, a mom and pop. If it's a big website, most of the websites that we visit have these tracking cookies or tracking pixels on them that allow them to know what you're clicking on, where you're clicking. What it does, and the reason I'm bringing this up, we've talked about this in the past, some of the new demographics that are available in Facebook ads. Well, that's where this information is coming from, you guys. This demographic stuff, and I'm quickly going through this so I can get down to the demographics. I just need to have this part so I can scroll down and get into the demographics a little bit. So when you come into these demographics and you're looking at things like interests and behaviors, That's real. That's no joke. When you go to more demographics and you look at home and home value or home ownership, and are they owners or are they renters? You know, that's all demographic information outside of Facebook. So it's a lot more robust and a lot more specific than what we thought it used to be. You know, purchase behavior. Where was that one? Home and garden. Home renovation. There's a huge one for us that are using, for anybody that's doing that FHA 203K product. I mean, it's just, you name it. It's got so much more information now than you could have ever chosen in the past. Residential profiles, likely to move. So there are 60,000 people in the Arlington, 50 miles around the Arlington, Texas area that demographically, based on research, based on true demographic research outside of Facebook, there are 60,000 people in the Arlington to 50 miles around Arlington, Texas area that are going to be moving based on the indicators, based on the strong click-throughs and other indicators that their method is telling them, hey, this person fits, or these 60,000 people fit with a similar profile of people that we saw similar activity from, and lo and behold, not long after, they purchased a home. This person is likely to move. That's huge, by the way. Sorry about that. I had to wet the whistle. That's huge. I mean, and that's just the regular demographics. That doesn't even go back to what we talked about on Friday, where you can take a tool like the scraper tool that we've got, or that we talked about, and now you can search for people in groups that you never thought possible before. I mean, and it's just a matter of simply searching for these groups first to find out what the group is called, and then target those groups. You know, let's see, Ann Arbor real estate. Let's see more results for Ann Arbor real estate. Let's only see the pages for Ann Arbor real estate. We got Ann Arbor real estate, 669 people like this. Well, if I wanted to scrape all those people, what I would then do is I would go people who like Ann Arbor real estate. Well, I don't know which one it is. I'm going to have to back out. Why am I not seeing the right one? So those may be buyers, but they may also be other agents helping one another out. Well, if they're buyers, I mean, you know, they may not be already bots. They may be in the market buyers. Realtor Association of Ann Arbor. Realtors in Ann Arbor Area Board of Realtors. That's a good one. There it is, Ann Arbor Area Board of Realtors. 567 like this. So people who like Ann Arbor Area Board of Realtors. It's not giving me the right one. There. That's all I needed. Look at who came up first. Look at that. First on my list. Okay, just making sure I had the right one there. So then you would just scroll through here and expose all the people. You got to scroll through for a few minutes, and yes, this is the pain in the butt part. This is the part that takes a minute or two to get all the way through there. I think there's only like 1,500 or something, so it shouldn't take a terrible long time. So I'll wait while that scrolls through a little bit. Scrolling, scrolling, scrolling. Showing more results, loading more results. That's the one thing I wish that Facebook did not do, but I understand why they can't show all the results in one scrolling method. It's a lot of information to display on one page, and it protects their servers from just getting absolutely bogged down with data requests, because that's what I'm doing every time I scroll this mouse. That's another data request. Hey, there's me. There's end of results. Look who's on my end of results. All right, so once you get to the end of results, you right-click, scrape similar, and I'm going to have to pause here for a minute because I need my code, and I do not have those codes memorized. So I'm going to come into the PowerPoint. I'm going to copy that little bit right there. I copy that. I come into my scraper tool and I paste it right there. Paste. And then I say scrape. And there's everybody right there. I click on Export to Google Docs. and it's now basically it's creating automatically a Google Doc sheet for me. So the next step for me is to come in here and delete row 1 and 2. And then I'm going to right click here and I'm going to insert one right. And then in B1 I'm going to come over here and I'm going to get my next part of my code. Which is right there. That equals all the way to the end. I'm going to copy that and I'm going to paste that right there. But it's not going to work yet. See, it's got an error because I've got to delete, retype. Delete, retype. Delete, retype. Delete, retype. Now it works. There's my piece right there, so I'm going to take this and I'm going to drag it all the way to the very end. And this part takes nowhere near the same amount of time of scrolling down to the end of the records on Facebook. So bear with me. Oh, that's all it gave me was 362. Okay. So now it's got all of my numbers there, so now I copy all of that. I come into an empty notepad and I paste her on in, and now I've got all of those Facebook IDs. So then you would go to File, Save As, and you would just name it, whatever you want to name it. Done. And now that's ready for me to upload as a custom audience on Facebook. So to do a custom audience on Facebook, you just go to your Ads Manager. You go to your Audiences section. You click on Create Audience, Custom Audience, Data File. This one's going to be called Select one as User IDs, and then you would just uh-oh. There it is. You would upload it, create audience, and it will upload that audience for you. And then you play the waiting game. That's the big deal. Now it's a waiting game. Yeah, that's why I saved it that way, Peggy. You can't edit that list. That's the one of the things with that scraper tool. If you notice, I can't edit that list. I mean, it's nothing but like in the Google Drive thing. It's once you've scraped it and exported it, all you've got is numbers. You don't know who's who on that. And when you're doing your graph search and you do your people who like Ann Arbor Area Board of Realtors, it's just showing me their information scrolling down. I can't remove somebody. I can't, remove anybody from this list, so that you are going to get that whole list. You've got some filters. See more filters. So I could filter this list. Yeah, but see, it's just filters. Yeah, that's just filters, and that's not going to take anybody out. So no, you can't edit out. And you know, the reality is let's say there are 10 mortgage lenders, or let's say on our list of 500 there's 1,000 mortgage lenders. Let's just say there's 1,000 mortgage lenders. And this, well, it's 1,000 people. Let's say there's 200 mortgage lenders on that list of 1,000. That means 800 are real estate agents, right? Or let's say there's 100 mortgage lenders and 100 property appraisers and another 100 title reps, right? That's still 700 people, agents, that get to see your ad. That's okay if some of them are lenders. That's not going to hurt you terribly much. But it's a great way to. How many of you have like a community page in your area? Like Palm Harbor, Florida. There's Lake St. George. That's the community I live in. There's Palm Harbor, Florida. 8,200 people like this. There's the Palm Harbor House of Beers, 1,900 people like that. Care to make suggestions about ad content? Depends on what you're, like for the scraper tool, for the list of people that I just scraped for you there in Ann Arbor, what I would do if I took that list and I was marketing to it, Peggy, I would do one of the non-performing Facebook ads. I would put an ad that is a billboard of me where my face is seen every time they open up their mobile phone and every time they get on the computer. Now, I will tell you guys, with Facebook marketing, a trend is happening that I am noticing that all of you should take heed to. With marketing on Facebook, we are getting probably 10 to 1, not only impressions, but click-throughs on the mobile side versus the PC. Let me repeat that so you guys hear it very clearly. There is a trend happening with Facebook, especially with the advertising. We are getting about 10 to 1 impressions and click-throughs on the mobile side versus the PC side. People are looking at Facebook mobilely. It is what they're doing when they've got a free extra minute waiting in line, when they are getting their pedicure done, when they are getting a car wash, when they are having a cup of coffee, reading the paper. People are Facebooking on their mobile phones at a rate that is absolutely astounding. Astounding, the sheer numbers that are coming through on the mobile side of things. And so the reason I'm bringing this up, Peggy, is because I'm talking about doing what's called an underperforming ad, or an ad that doesn't generate clicks. So what you'll do is you'll go to your fan page. Actually, you didn't mean to go to your fan page. I meant to do an ad to your fan page. And I typically, for an underperforming ad like this, I typically like to do a page likes ad because of the way I like to pay for it. Now, I've been seeing some things happening recently with some other folks that is the impressions are really a huge thing, and that's what you're going for here. You're not trying to generate clicks. So you'll choose your fan page, and then the important part of what you're looking to do is this image section. Okay, so desktop newsfeed, I would go ahead and just remove that ad altogether, because really for what you're doing, it's not the thing that's going to be working for you. It's the mobile news feed that you want to concern yourself with. That's the image they're using for my mobile. I don't like it, so I'm going to come in here and I'm going to upload a new image. And we're going to grab a better image, and it needs to be like a headshot. And this one may be too small. It's going to tell me in a second here. Yep, see right there my little warning message? It's telling me minimum size is 254 by 94. And so what we discovered when we were playing with this recently, I'll just come into this. Bear with me 1 second here. So what we discovered when we were playing with this recently is that you can kind of manipulate it. So I'm going to go into insert a picture. I'm again going to take that same headshot that I was just using that it would not accept and insert that. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some white background to the tune of 254 by 94. Okay? So let's get this over to let's call it 255 by 100. That's what they want in terms of a picture size, right? Didn't quite fit there, so I'll make it a little bit bigger than what they actually want. Boom. So now I'm going to capture that, and I'm going to save that as FB add head. So we'll save that as that. Let's shrink on out of this stuff. We're going to get rid of that, and we're going to upload a new picture, and it's going to be my FB add head, right? So it's doing that number there. Now it works. Oh no. So now we need to show some advanced options, and we're going to say in our text, for all of your mortgage needs, call Paul. Boom. I got all my information in there. My headline is, why did it scroll down? My headline is boom. There's my headline right there, Paul Baxter, Mortgage Pro. Right? And then my ad shows, for all your mortgage needs, call Paul Baxter there, and it's got a picture of me. And there we go. There's the smartphone preview, feature phone preview. So that's what it looks like in the news feeds. Now on this one, it's kind of boxing me off there a little bit. So if I come in here and I go to reposition images, can I drag that up or down, make it any bigger? No, that's all I got. So I'm going to have to frame it to where my face is visible and recognizable, right? I want to make sure that I'm recognizable. So that's the big key, is just make sure that you're using an image that's you. That's the whole point behind that. And again, you're not trying to get clicks or you're not trying to generate click-throughs. The next step is something that you definitely want to test this to see what your audience responds to, but you can optimize for clicks or optimize for impressions. Optimizing for clicks, it gives you a chance to tell Facebook you're only going to pay for clicks, but optimizing for impressions can also be good because you're paying on a per 1,000 impression basis. And if your list is only 300 or 400, you know now that you're going to get the frequency that you're looking for and having your ad seen over and over and over again, because in order to get that $1.78, they've got to get you to 1,000 impressions. In order to get to 1,000 impressions on a list of 300, they've got to show me at least 3 times to everybody and then a few more times to the other people just to get paid one time. Facebook isn't in this to make $1.78. They're in it to make $5 if that's what your daily budget is, or $100 if that's what your daily budget is. That's what Facebook wants to make. So their incentive is to show your advertisement over and over and over and over. Make sense? Just keep repeating and showing that ad over and over and over again. And I will tell you, guys, I'm shocked by it myself, but you will not believe the numbers that are happening on the mobile side of things. Just to take an old ad that was running, let me see here if I can find this information where it'll show it to us. Bear with me. I'm trying to see if this is going to show me that mobile. No. I was trying to see. Yep, there we go. Okay. So there it is. So this top one is showing my newsfeed desktop, and the bottom one is showing my newsfeed mobile for the same advertisement. And notice that my click-through rate, even though my impressions are 1,461 desktop, 1,588 mobile, that's not a huge difference in terms of impressions, but look at the number of click-throughs. So my clicks were 102 on the desktop at 1,400. On the mobile, 283 with 1,500. So 100 more people saw it on the mobile, but 180 more people, almost 200 more people clicked it on the mobile. That's a huge difference, guys. That's a big enough difference to cause your eyes to look up and go, oh. I mean, that's one that makes you go, oh, okay. That's where people are clicking on it. I mean, look at the numbers. 1,500, 1,400, 283 versus 102. That's a telling story. That's saying something right there, guys. That lets you know mobile, I mean, people are more comfortable. That's where they're looking at it. That's where they're finding us. We're getting a similar number of impressions, but boy, oh boy, are they really, really clicking from the mobile spot as opposed to doing it directly from the personal computer. That's all the ramblings I've got for today, guys. Is there any last-minute questions you guys want or have or care to throw at me before we call it a day here? We got just a couple of minutes left, but if there are no more questions, that's all I've got for today. My friend Bill is online. My man Bill is doing some great things, getting a little more acclimated on the calls and with the overcoming objections. Which is great stuff. That's the more objections you can come fluidly with confidence, the easier you are to getting to the sale. And that's really what we're doing, is we're selling ourselves to our referral partners. We're selling us, and the closer you can get to that by overcoming those objections, the better off you're going to be. So if clock throughs there, so No, it depends on the offer, Bill. It depends on the offer. What they're clicking through on that particular ad I was showing you was access to a free recording that they had access to. That was the only real call to action. List builder is what that was. List building. Jeff, you were awfully quiet today, my friend. I'm glad you were here. Always a pleasure to see you guys, girls. Have a fantastic day. Enjoy the rest of your Monday. It's kick-starting the week off. I really hope that you are seriously looking at creating a Facebook marketing strategy that you can time block and make it into an actual strategy as opposed to just something you do willy-nilly when you got a couple of minutes here or there, because you can really really make a difference with it. That I understand, my friend. Hey, guys, girls, thank you so much. Yes, this class, Bill, I did record today's class. Chris is going to get it posted on the website soon as he possibly can. And that's it. We will see you guys on Wednesday right back here, same time, same channel. Looking forward to seeing everybody. And again, don't hesitate. A couple of you have been sending me. I'm always interested in seeing your class requests. It always lets me know what you're working on and whether or not you need a little help with the things that you're working on. So if you've got a class request, don't hesitate. Shoot it to me. And if not, we'll see you right back here, same time, same place on Wednesday. Have a great day, everybody, and we'll see you on the flip side. Bye now.